The following presentation may contain language unsuitable for elderly grandparents, household pets, and nuns. Unnamed Drag Productions accepts no responsibility for any resulting homosexuality, teenage pregnancy, or chemical dependency that may transpire as a result of listening to this garbage fountain. You have been warned. Enjoy!
Unnamed Drag Podcast.
On your marks, get set, ho.
Hi friends.
Bonsoir!
Welcome back to the Unclaimed Dad Flannel.
Unnamed hot dog flask.
Welcome, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Sack of shite, Marilyn Sane.
How are you? Shite of sack, Nana Arsenal.
I'm very well, thank you. I need to have some coffee.
Yes.
That's what I need to do. We've just had a little bit of a dip in energy because we spent so long having business numbers meetings and then getting ready, becoming stunningly beautiful and gorgeous.
Honestly, I look fucking great.
Yeah, that when we sat down to film, it was like, I need some coffee.
Yeah. Totally. I mean, drag, I don't know if you know this, because we never complain.
Oh my god,
Ever.
I hate to complain. Oh
Absolutely.
my god, look at that. I need to finish painting my nose.
Yes, you do.
Anyway.
But yeah,
It's okay, it's only going to be on the internet forever.
I know,
like,
right?
it doesn't matter.
It's not like you had to make an effort. But I do like this hat.
Thank you so much.
Talk them through your outfit.
Oh, we forgot to do that. Okay, we haven't filmed a podcast RL in like 2 months. I'm sort of a little bit rusty about how this thing works.
Since before Pride, we haven't filmed a podcast.
Okay, so I look like a lampshade that hates her parents. I look like a rebellious lampshade. and I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yeah. I'm Beetlejuice's slutty secretary.
You look like the receptionist at a zoo.
Yes.
Who's also just like the biggest slut.
Biggest
slut.
Yeah. In fact, that's on her name tag. Like Marilyn saying, biggest slut.
Miss Slut, can I see you in my office? And you just come in like, you can call me biggest. You've known me long enough. That's how you walk everywhere. You walk everywhere like you're tossing off two dicks.
Yeah, like I'm skiing. Yeah.
Oh, but you look great.
But thank you. Well, this top was supposed to be a dress.
But it...
As you can tell by the warping of the fabric, like, it doesn't fit. And so I put it on as a dress, and then came through into the other room and just like, oh no.
Yeah,
it's
you were fully Donald Ducking.
Yeah, I was Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh in your pants.
I was Winnie the Pooh in my pants. Yeah.
Mom, I've Winnie the Pooh myself.
Miss, can I go to the toilet, please? I can't.
When you go to school and you've forgotten to put any trousers or pants on, I Winnie the Pooh myself, miss. And just like, yes, I can see your whole bum. Please, you are excused for the day.
Yes, it's been traumatic, hasn't it?
Quick recap though. It was Pride last month.
Yes,
I was feeling it for like a week afterwards.
Yeah. I was like, I'm a local celebrity.
Yeah.
Well,
No. I mean, feeling the physical effects.
Oh.
The emotional effect. Yeah, I felt like a fucking superstar. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was like.
To everyone who came and supported,
yeah,
thank you.
I felt booked and blessed and like royalty. It was so gorgeous. Thank you so much. Like, what a incredibly amazing experience.
Yeah.
The week after, however,
Oh.
took me about 5 days to wake up in the morning and feel like I think I'm okay now.
Yeah.
And then I pushed it and fucked around too much at that weekend. Do you remember when I was like trying to do the roofing in the attic? I was trying to convert my attic space into a more usable space, so I had like a fucking jigsaw out and a fucking hammer and all that
Not
shit.
a saw, like 100 pieces.
Oh yeah,
it was a picture of cat.
It was ages 3 to 6, and it's up there half finished because I
Yeah.
just can't seem to find all the corners.
so sorry.
Made of corners. But yeah, I like tried to do DIY and shit, and then on the Sunday and the Monday, sore throat, mouth ulcer, and I had both of them for a week. Because apparently, when you're run down, you're supposed to do this thing where you stop. Can't relate.
I did the thing where I stopped.
You did the thing where you
So
stopped.
I booked a holiday the week after Pride.
You clever little bitch.
I'm doing it again next year. It was fucking worth it.
I did it I like went for a massage before Pride and it was like, I'm going to go for one afterwards, and I didn't.
Yeah, you
I'm
didn't.
so stupid.
But
you went on holiday.
Yeah, so we had Pride Day, which is obviously a gauntlet. We were in drag from like 9 a.m. till 3 a.m.
Sorry.
Then
my call fell out.
Then the day after, we had the pageant at the castle midday, which was so fucking good.
So much
Nottingham
fun.
has talent.
So much fun.
Queer talent.
We basically got booked to go and sit outside and
judge
and watch a
people.
drag show and then give ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to there was a microphone on the table, but very rarely did Liv call us out. Mm-hmm. So we didn't have to do much.
Yeah, I went as a character.
Yeah.
I went as Nana Wintour rather than going as Nana. So when I was asked to speak and they were like, how are you? And I was just like, I just would like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be here and I'd rather be anywhere else.
Yes.
And then I didn't even have to perform.
Yeah.
Because I forgot it was it was a family-friendly event and I brought a swear word in my song.
She said fuck and or bugger.
I said, you stupid bitch.
A lot.
So I couldn't do it. Well, the song is called You Stupid
It
Bitch.
is, and that is the chorus. You stupid
You poopy
bitch
little slut.
who ruins things.
Yeah.
And deceives the people she loves.
And lose some weight. It's everything that you shouldn't. But then we had a little break, and then in the evening we had Tia Coffee came to perform.
Yes, she did.
Absolute gorgeous desert dry
So
humour,
nice.
but absolutely wonderful.
I was talking to her.
Did you slide into the DMs?
No.
Oh, you
Although
mean-
she did follow me on Instagram after
She
that.
followed me too.
Yeah.
I was like, look, I met her.
But, so I was talking to her, and she was like, I've met you before. And I was like, I don't think you have.
Oh, no.
And I was like, you look familiar too, but you've been on telly. So.
Yeah, so it's hard to say.
Yeah. And she was like, did you used to work at Propaganda? I was like, I was shot girl at Propaganda. And she was like, you might have been the first drag queen I ever met.
No!
Yeah, I'm like, maybe, but also a lot of people who worked at Propaganda, maybe not.
You were also the first drag queen that a lot of people met.
Yeah,
You
I'm the first drag queen.
You were the first drag queen of the Mayflower.
I invented drag.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually.
Like, the first carpentry job that Jesus ever had was building you a stage.
Exactly. Yeah, so I could lip sync to other people singing because they hadn't invented any sort of sounds.
Exactly. I was lip syncing to hymns.
Yeah. So basically, they just got the ugly girl who could sing to stand backstage, and I'd do 23 Skidoo.
Wagon Wheel 1, 2, C,
Yeah, and
which you also invented.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anyway.
Makeup used to be called cave painting. Just crushed fruit. But yeah, so that finished at 11:30. Or around abouts. Got home for midnight, packed my hand luggage, had a shower, got in the taxi for 1:30, went to the airport, caught a plane at 4 a.m.
And then crabs.
And then crabs.
Yeah, in the Sky
toilet
Lounge.
of the plane. yeah, they're very well travelled.
Crabs executive.
Yeah, I had to have a passport for each of them. It was a fucking nightmare.
Oh my god, the logistics.
Yeah.
I'm
Trying to get your crabs home at the embassy.
I was like, most of them are under 2 years old. Can they just go on my passport?
They can sit in my lap.
The elders, however,
In fact,
they
they
do
won't
need their own
leave.
documentation.
The elder crabs.
How long had you been awake by the time you
I worked out,
landed?
because obviously we did Pride and then got home at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I didn't sleep because that's stupid.
Yeah.
I worked out in the space of 72 hours, I'd had 2.5 hours sleep.
Yeah.
I was seeing shadow people. And then it got to the point where
talking to your thoughts in person.
Yeah. It got to the point where I was so tired that you just get a case of the fuckets and everything's funny.
Yeah. If you can push through the other side, then
yeah.
you're screaming at the sun.
Totally.
Yeah,
And
it is nice.
I got to an all-inclusive hotel, got handed a glass of Prosecco, I was like,
here we go.
We're doing this.
It was
We're doing
It was
this.
worth it in the end.
yes, it fucking was.
Can I just say that my favourite moment on the Sunday, obviously than all the gorgeous drag that I saw, was you trying to complain about the fact that you were going to Italy. And I
know, to a room full of people.
And I got a room of about 10 drag performers to start going, no. Honestly,
you have to go on holiday.
it was like being on a beach full of seals masturbating. It was the chorus that Liv, who was organising it, walked into the room and they were just like, "What the fuck is going?" Like when
I'm being bullied. That's what's happening.
like when a teacher walks into a class and all of the pupils are just going fucking rampant.
Why is no one rehearsing?
Yeah, exactly. Why has no one sat down? And why don't you have any eyelashes on? My God, just like being at primary school all over again.
Anyway, speaking of
why
is nobody rehearsing?
Seamless segue. Oh my God, Marilyn, it's like you've done this
I'm a professional.
69 to 70 times before. I can't remember what episode this is. 71? Anyway.
Not a fucking clue.
Yeah. So where were you going with that?
My seamless segue was that today we are talking about, because we are both theatre kids.
Theatre class.
Theatre class.
Theatre classes.
And like, it's a lot, isn't it?
It is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack there.
I know, but it's very exciting to kind of like, because when you said, oh my God, we were both theatre kids, we should talk about it. I immediately plunged my mind into the darkness.
Start getting a nosebleed. Oh God, oh no.
Someone says the two words, actors neutral. Or
theatre blacks.
Stage blacks, yeah, that's it.
Well, I had a friend named Candice, and whenever they'd shout blackout, she'd just go stand in the middle of the stage because she was black.
Stop it.
It was the funniest fucking thing.
No, that's great.
The director was just like, felt really awkward.
Yeah, that's why it's great.
It was really funny.
Just like testing everyone's white privilege out. It's like,
hey!
Feeling privileged yet? Yeah. And everyone's like, no, I feel very uncomfortable. Good, I did my job. So I was
Tell me about it.
Enrolled in a youth theatre at the age of 5.
Which means you were checked into your own personal hell.
No, because my parents looked at me and was just like, that one never fucking stops performing. Let's put it in a theatre class once a week. But I...
You know what you need to do to the kid who never shuts up? Teach them to project.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, teach them how to use their diaphragm. And also spermicidal foam. Just to be extra sure.
Transvaginal mesh.
Transvaginal mesh. Yeah, the pushing out and scooping method, it's not always going to work. Bearing down whilst looking at a chestnut tree. Anyway.
Okay.
I lost my virginity on the trolley. So I used to go every single week.
So far, this one's been wild.
Yeah, no. So I used to go every single week. It was literally £1, like £1 a week for this theatre club, and I'd go along with my little pound. And yeah, we did actual theatre exercises where it was things like you would do like improv, and I did actually really. I know that improv's like a dirty word. But it was like improv as in it, like the traditional improvisation. It wasn't like comedy improv.
No, I know.
It was like you had to improvise scenes. And some were funny, but some were actually very serious.
Yeah, I know, but there's always...
But it's still improv.
There's always,
I know.
I have so many improv stories. There's always there's always the kid who tries to make it serious. There was one exercise, because I did musical theatre at fucking BTEC level. Mm-hmm. That's nothing. Yeah. That's preparation for McDonald's. Right?
I've got a degree in clipping toenails.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like great, be a dog groomer.
Yeah, I've got a BTEC.
Why am I here?
I've got a BTEC in jazz hands.
Yeah. In kickball change.
Yeah. So there was an exercise we used to do that was everybody lies on the floor, which first of all, this is a classroom, Mary. I'm not lying on that. And then
when was the last time this? Why were the floors were always black and sticky?
Yeah. Or they were that like blue carpet that was this long. So why do we have carpet?
Oh.
Why do we have carpet? It's rock solid Velcro.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
The friction burn when you fell on one of those.
Oh, it was a lot. So everyone had to lie on the floor, and then when the drama teacher, which is another word for torture instructor, clicked their fingers or clapped their hands, everyone had to wake up as if they had no idea where they were.
Stop.
And it had to be like, you don't know who everyone is, you've just woken up in this place, and you could create a character, you could do anything with that. There was always...
Like Tabula Rasa, the episode in Buffy.
Exactly. There was always one fucking dickhead who would just wake up and scream. Just scream and make it all about them. And you just kind of went... What are we doing? What are we doing with our time?
I think I might have told this story before, but there was one time when we all had to like write down some information about ourselves and then put it in a hat, and then everyone else had to
just I hate me.
Had to get someone else's, and then you had to like improvise a character based on what that person had written down. And I literally got...
You wrote trauma?
No, I got one like from this girl in my class called Sam, and she was just like, live with my mum, got a sister, and that was kind of it. Like, they couldn't think of what to say about themselves.
That's sad.
So I improvised a monologue about how I wanted everyone to leave me alone and go away.
Completely unrelated.
Couldn't think of anything else. Well, what, you could go anywhere with it, and I was like, well, what else do you do with that?
I remember.
Do you know what I mean?
First day.
Impossible.
A-level drama and theatre studies. Not only did I do a BTEC, I did A-levels as well.
Glutton for punishment.
Fucking idiot.
I also did A-level drama. And
Why?
it shows.
For who? For who did we do that? For this. This is the result of that craft work. Fuck off. So first day.
Like American Horror Story lampshade over here.
I put in those years and years of effort so that I could be a slutty receptionist.
Wonderful.
At Zoo.
Manja.
So the first day, drama and theatre studies, they give everyone a loose storyline, but say like improv it.
Yeah.
The teacher comes over to us and was just like, the basis is someone's got a secret, and everyone just looks at me like, you're gay.
Yeah.
Let's make this about the fact that you're gay. How many improvs did you have to do about the fact that you were fucking men?
I once was involved in a very uncomfortable like improvised scene between like a gay son and a homophobic father.
Yeah, always.
And I was just like, this is really uncomfortable, actually. And also having to be like, my dad's like, chill with it. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, they want the drama. They want
exactly. It's just like,
it's
like my dad took it better than my mum. What are we talking about?
That's because he took your dick.
Stop it! That's my daddy, not my daddy. Too. No, but like that was the thing. Going into drama, like in an educational way, is so different from just essentially every week I was going to like play from the age of 5 to 15. I was just going to just going and having a laugh and like playing games, and then we would do like a production 4 times a year, and we did some like amazing stuff.
We
like,
did too.
Genuinely amazing things. Like, and I had a really good time and I learnt a lot.
What? What did you learn?
I learned how to command an audience. I learned about stage presence. I learned
stage presence is something you have. It can't be taught.
I learned that acting is reacting.
I wish I was good. Fuck off! I hate you. No, but like, look at this. You're a dickhead.
I can't be sincere. I had too much coffee. Sorry.
But the thing is, stage presence, theatricality cannot be taught.
I got it, baby.
I don't care, like, how many... That's the thing. I just... Gravity, stage presence.
Gravitas.
There's some people who just don't know how to command a space.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can't teach that. I've yet to see it.
If they can see fear in your eyes and spinach in your teeth...
Yeah. The room ain't yours, kid.
Yeah. But people do go to acting classes, like, when they want to try and learn how to fake it until they make it.
Yeah, true.
Like, and a lot of the kids...
It helps with confidence.
I was going to say a lot of the kids that came to my, like, theatre group would often start off...
Hated you.
Probably.
Just hated you.
But they would start off quite shy, and you would just see them, like, really come to life over time, which was, like, you know, kind of cool that it does that. Yeah, a massive tragedy.
Yeah, children should be seen and not heard.
But also, the thing that really frustrated me is that as much as the director of the theatre, Erica Hull, her name was, as much as she absolutely adored me, no, but she did.
Yeah. Grown woman, gay child.
Yeah. But there was always, she always seemed to have this thing of there would be like a young girl or like a teenage girl that wanted to act, and she couldn't help, because as a woman that came up through the industry, she couldn't help but go into what I now see as like mentor mode. So they would get main parts a lot of time, and I would always just be like, I could maybe play that part, and I would.
You'll be a tree and you'll like it.
It was like, you will get something else because this young woman going out of her way to become an actress. Do you know what I mean?
I have so much material about this.
Yeah, so that was always a little bit frustrating, because it wasn't until all of them left that I finally started getting better parts. Yeah.
So,
and also her first one that she was mentoring was my childhood best friend Kimberly. So and we used to always go together. So just
you pushed her down the stairs, didn't you?
Where's the body?
Where's the body? The family need closure.
But for years I would always just watch her be the star whilst I was like second, third, fourth fiddle. And that was like, as a kid, that's tough. And that's probably explains a lot about who I am as a person.
So, I remember, I was at college doing musical theatre, and I was the only boy on the whole course.
Oh, really?
So it's 30 kids, I'm the only male. So obviously, when they're casting stuff, I got a main part.
Yeah,
regardless,
sure, guaranteed.
Because, yeah. It did help that I was better than everyone there.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
That's a benefit, definitely.
But the amount of girls that were rightly so angry with me because I'm guaranteed a main part. But I was also better than them.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I was like, if I was born different, if I was born in your body, I'd crush this.
Yeah.
Be better.
But also wanting to say to them, take this energy to every single casting call, because that level of delusion will form a protective husk around you for the rest of your life.
And then there's Amdram.
Oh,
so
see,
amateur dramatics, there's always like the people who have been in it a long time, get the...
I never did Amdram. I've never auditioned for anything.
Oh,
but one thing that did happen when I was a kid is that there was an open call for a talent agency. And my mum took me and Kimberly along.
And you tested negative.
To see, and they were like, we want to sign both of them. They're amazing. We can get them modelling gigs, commercials, da-da-da-da-da.
Modelling gigs?
I was 6, okay? I wasn't always gross. But then...
it's 29 years dirty.
I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be a child. I'll be Drew Barrymore, but with less cocaine.
Cut to more cocaine.
But then later on, I came to have it explained the reason why we couldn't be signed up for it is because this agency wanted some money up front. To pay for like...
you have to pay.
To pay for headshots and stuff. So my mum was like, I'm not doing that.
No.
I was... devastated. I was convinced. I was like, I'm going to be the next Macaulay Culkin.
So
I was so convinced.
Yeah, the theatre I was with, you had to pay a membership and you had to pay insurance.
Oh.
So if a light fell on you and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And that was expensive.
And then they were like, you also need to sign up for an equity name.
Yeah. So
because you can't just be yourself.
Yeah. And I was Lorinda Fiddleskids. Didn't catch on. So yeah, there was one show I was in where like obviously the director's kids were in it.
Oh.
And like there was
were they awful?
No.
Or were they like okay?
They might watch this. They were good, but like there was talk about like, well, that's your kid.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give them a
nepotism.
Yeah. And then like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And like it's just a lot. And the longer you've been with these companies, because you paid your dues, you're supposed to be guaranteed a main part. I walk in, never done a musical before, audition for Les Mis, get Marius. People were furious with me. Furious. Who's this
fucking cunt?
Gayest Marius.
Wandering off the street.
Yeah.
And they...
Well, my friend Ashley messaged me like, oh, they're auditioning Les Mis and there's not enough boys auditioning. Do you mind like... I was like, yeah, I've never done a musical before. Yeah. But I like singing.
Sure.
That was when I wanted to be a straight actor.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an actor rather than a musical theatre bitch.
Yeah.
And then after that I was like,
do you know that actually, I tell a lie, I did actually audition before, and it was for Les Mis.
Les Mis.
Yeah, they cast me as a loaf of bread.
And shit went off.
Starring Nana Arl as the bread.
But auditioning as well, nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
Children
I can imagine. I mean,
crying.
I had to audition to get into the drama course that I did at college before I did my A-levels because I took a stab at doing an higher national certificate. It's called an HNC in Scotland. So I had to audition for that.
Snips and cunt.
The problem was, and this is so stupid, I had to audition for 2 people from a different department because they hadn't actually employed who was going to be the course leaders.
I hate the arts.
So here was me doing like a prepared monologue, like all fired up from this scene that I'd like written for a play previously, because again, Theatre Faggot have written so many plays.
That's jammy though, because they could never know if you forgot your lines. You've written it.
Yeah, exactly. So I like performed this piece and they're just like, amazing, great. But then it really means nothing because they're from like the technical department. You know, they're like used to sawing wood and shit.
Although, to be fair, they're the bluntest cunts. Because they've seen them come and go.
Yeah.
They've seen enough productions that they've had to build like Audrey 2.
Oh no, I don't mean the technical theatre department. I mean like woodwork.
Ah.
Because I went to the Polytechnic College in Dumfries, which was the one where people went to learn drama, but they also went there to learn how to be a fucking brickie. Nice. Like, yeah, so you can imagine how much fun it was me and all of the like theatre freaks wandering around at lunchtime trying not to get cigarette butts thrown at us.
Nice. Yeah. So I...
Oh, is that going?
I wish.
Sorry, I thought it was my hand. Am I leaving yet? Am I done? Don't call us, we'll call you.
I auditioned for so many things.
Yeah,
I mean... like, it's... unnerving.
There is a little part. There's 2 things that if I had the time, I would really like.
Does she have the time?
Does she have the time? There's 2 things which I always think would be really nice to do again. One would be to join a drama group. Yeah. The other one would be to join a choir.
Done that. Not great. I'm singing someone else's part now.
Well, I think the problem with like being in a choir is like if you end up being Latavia rather than Beyonce, like if you never get a lead vocal, it's gonna suck.
I always do. I'm really good.
I don't mind standing at the back and just going whoop, bop, bop.
Especially as a man, you end up just being percussion.
Yeah, so, I mean, I just think it would be kind of fun to be a part of like a choir.
I love harmonising with people.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that shit's lit.
Yeah.
Like we've done it like what, twice?
By accident.
Yeah, exactly. So if I could join, do Amjam and do join a choir, a choir. But it is literally just like you have to. You have to dedicate so much time to it. And also, I now, you know what I'm like with remembering lyrics. How the fuck am I going to remember lines?
I still, to this day, have panic dreams where I'm on stage and I don't know the lines.
I had one the other night.
It's horrible.
Do you remember I told you? I had a dream where like we were going on stage to do something and I didn't know any of my lines. And it was opening night. And you were just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Very real, very real trauma, because that's happened.
Yeah.
That's happened to me so many times.
Have you? Did you ever blank on stage?
Yeah.
Like, but fully, like so.
I was always cognizant enough to know the gist and make it up.
Like someone MIB'd you. I've had that. It was my A-level, I guess, performance exam. And we were doing the film 2 by Jim Cartwright. The play, 2.
We were in a movie film.
Yeah, we were in a film. So the stage lights went up, and as the lights came up, my mind just went like, ooh, like just blanked. And I just was...
That's my nightmare.
And I was just stood there, and we were supposed to be running a pub, so we were just like miming serving pints, and I was just silently handing our customers drinks thinking, what the fuck is my line?
Oh my God.
And it felt like it was about 5 minutes. It was probably about 15 seconds until I managed to just say anything, because if I said anything, my scene partner could then just push through.
I have two things.
I think it was literally just 2 double dram buoys or something. I just couldn't fucking remember. I know it was horrible. Horrible.
In Les Mis, I would have the book as the curtain went up, throw it. And just crack on.
And then just like,
I know this. It was terrible.
The thing is with musical theatre is you can use the psychology of performance, because it's quite often not about what you're saying, it's about how you look and how you sound when you're saying it.
Songs are easier to remember.
Yeah.
But if you fuck up on a song, the music keeps going. Everyone around you keeps going.
Yeah.
Not only do you have lines, you have timing.
And like, turn off the boombox.
Yeah, if you fuck it up, it's very obvious. You can't risk that.
You turn to the side and you're like, line, and the guillotine's already out. You're like, wait, how did he get this far ahead?
So, at one point, I was in a show called Tommy, and I was Cousin Kevin.
So you're stood there holding a loaf of bread, and you turn to the side, and they're setting up the guillotine. You're like, how long was I out?
So,
sorry.
I had to open the show, leaning against the side of the stage and having a cigarette. I get on stage.
Is Tommy the rock musical?
The Who's rock opera.
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I got to put a kid in a bin and kick it across the stage. This close from the orchestra pit. Nearly died. So I was on stage, put the fag in my mouth, went to like the lighters, doing that thing where it's just not creating a flame in front of hundreds of people. I'm just there like, and eventually the conductor just kind of goes, let's crack on. Yeah. And I just sort of...
You're like, oh no.
One time when I was Angel in Ren, my starting position when I'm first in drag in that is like, the door opens and I'm like there, and there's a light behind me, but I'm in a space that's this big, because there's only a limited amount of space on stage, and this door's been like built and like rickety
oh, of
shit.
course.
There's people walking above me, and I'm like, I'm dead. And because there's a
any minute, it's just a person holding a sandbag's gonna fall on your head.
And like, there's a light behind me, but this is a stage light that's boiling hot. I'm in this much room. I get backstage, and my wig has melted. The wig had melted.
No.
Yeah. It was like, it like crimped and then melted.
Yeah. Like a solid block
because I was
of matte.
this close from a fucking stage light.
That's so
Another time.
Oh God.
Another time I
I didn't realise what a backseat I was going to be taking today, but you know
Baby,
what?
you've had your time.
I want to be entertained.
It's so good.
Yeah, like, bring it all up. Like, my sense of this is... Right, wait, I'll just... Point the microphone towards you, get it off your chest, babe.
I worked at the theatre as well. Like, that was one
you were
of my
box
jobs.
office
Yeah,
slut, weren't
I was
you?
box office, bar, anything. And to prove that point, at one point they went, "Oh, the lighting guy's off sick."
Is this when they put you in the booth?
They put me. So they were like, "Oh, it's the king and I. We need a spotlight." And I was like, "I can do that. It's point and go."
Yeah.
This is a spotlight that's this bigger than me.
Yeah.
In
It's like the bat signal.
Yeah. In a room that's essentially a matchbox stuck to the top of the theatre. So I'm literally like in the fucking eaves with a giant thing in this tiny room, and it's always on. Like, when the spotlight isn't being used, it's just that the aperture's closed. Because they can't turn the massive light on and off every time. So I'm in this tiny
there'd be a
thing.
brownout.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm in this tiny room with a script in pitch darkness that's highlighted when I need to open the thing and who I need to point to. So I'm following along and, like, dripping sweat. And every now and again, someone would come and bring me a glass of water.
Each time they opened the door and handed you a glass of water, you were just more naked.
I was. I started in a jumper.
Like, okay, yeah, it was like jumper off. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to lose the shirt.
No one can see me.
Shoes are coming off now. Okay, I guess I'm getting out of these jeans.
Yeah, the last glass of water went up my ass.
I douched with it.
Yeah.
I gave myself an enema and held
Yeah.
it in until I got home. Another time, go on. I know
No.
you've got more.
I was gonna direct back because obviously we both talked about like growing up theatrical.
Oh yeah, God.
And us,
Growing up, when does it finish?
right? The amount of times I saw the girl who was a little heavier than the other girls get like, "You've got a motherly figure." She's 14.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what? You can't say that to a person.
Yeah.
The complex that would give you as a child.
Have you ever seen, there's a sketch by the Upright Citizens Brigade that's got Rachel Dratch in it and Amy Poehler, where it's about like a casting call for like a children's part. And when they walk in, the guys are just so like awful about it. So when they're just like, "Okay, and what's your name?" She's like, "Tiffany," with an I and a lollipop over the I. They're just like, "And what are your measurements?" So she's just like 12, 12, 12. And then they end up just saying, "She's not really giving us what we want. Can you hit her with the boom mic?"
Yeah.
It's like, that's not
absolutely
That's
accurate.
not that far off
Yeah.
what happens to
Yeah.
these fucking kids.
Terrible.
Oh, the best part as well is before her audition, Amy Poehler pretends that she's walking out of before and she's like, "Thanks, I had a great time meeting you too," and then just gives her death, like, in daggers as she walks by her. She's trying to psych her out. Like, when Roger Smith auditions for a woman's part in, like, I think it's like a soap opera.
Uh-huh.
And after she gets the casting, she opens Roger, as the woman, opens the door and just shouts out, "Go on, bitches, I nailed it!"
Well, that's the energy you have to have.
It is, though.
I did Rent, auditioned for Angel, and I was, at the time, working with drag queens.
Yeah.
So everyone else just showed up and did their bit. I did my reading, and then I had about half an hour till I did my song part, so I got changed. I brought a wig, I brought the shoes, and I was like... Mama.
Yeah.
I was ready.
Yeah.
And everyone else was like, "Fuck.
Shit. Like,
I've really fucked the goat on this one."
Yeah, I've cream pied the paper boy.
Yeah.
I didn't even put my willy between my legs.
My wee.
My wee.
What was I going to say? I'm trying to think of things that have gone wrong. So many things.
What do you mean? Like, whilst you've been on stage?
Yeah.
Or...
One time, I was in Panto.
Oh, God.
And, pantomime. Right?
I did a pantomime.
You blocked it out?
I did!
Yeah.
Do you want to know what my character's name was?
What was it?
It was Tommy Tittlemouse.
That's your new drag name, I'm sorry. You're Tommy Tittlemouse.
Oh my God.
Were you a mouse?
No.
No.
I
You don't have a
was
cat circle in your house.
I don't really know what I was. Like, but they gave us like rosy cheeks by literally like draw. They had one of the makeup compacts. They would trace around the edge of it in like red face paint and then like imprint it on our cheeks and then colour that in. Like solid puppet cheeks and drawn on eyelashes.
Oh, God.
So I don't know what we were supposed to be.
Sounds terrifying.
I can't even remember what the pantomime was.
It wasn't.
It wasn't like...
This is your way of saying it. This is like you got touched as a child.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's all just recessed.
it was a real sort of like off Broadway nursery like story, like a fairy tale that you've never heard of.
Nice.
Yeah.
All the best ones.
And I can't really remember much about it, but I was like the hero. I had to have a sword fight with the villain.
Nice.
But there was one line that was so humiliating that I just cut it. I just
cut it?
I just never said.
The director's there like, fucking say that.
I just never said the line because I can't remember, but it was something about this is my something or other and I'm going to fight for it. And I was just like, I couldn't bring myself to say it. I was like, I'm 13, I'm too self-aware.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know at some point our friends being cunts are going to come and see this because me and some other friends were in it too. But yeah, I just wouldn't say it. And because I just stood there and wouldn't say it, the villain just changed the cue to just come on early.
Yeah.
It was great.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I rewrote that script without asking her to.
Yeah, not doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
I was in Cinderella.
See, at least it was something real.
Yeah. Well, this one...
It's probably called like the Rububu or something like just nothing.
You were the boo boo.
Yeah. I was Tommy Diddleman.
I was Dandini, who's the prince's like comic relief friend.
Oh, fun. Okay.
But at one point they swap places, and then I had like the prince is supposed to give me a sash and be like, now you're the prince. You go and do my thing. I'm gonna go pop off with Cinders.
Sure.
And so, but he'd forgotten the sash, and so we just went. There we are! And just carried on.
When I was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory...
What?
When I was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory...
I heard it, but that's so cool.
Yeah,
I want to be in that.
I was Violet Beauregard.
Oh, yes,
remember?
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I was on stage with my friend Kim, the one who always got the parts. So she was Willy Wonka. Uh-huh. You know, gender blind. It's children's theatre.
Yeah.
She fluffed her lines really badly. And then
so I killed her.
The worst part was she was stood in a sort of like the old razzle dazzle pose after she'd sort of done this little like maneuver.
Yeah.
And she offered me some chewing gum, but she'd skipped like a load of lines, and I got all bamboozled, and I just turned to the director, and Erica just looked up at me and went, "Just take the gum."
What, on stage?
Yeah, because I was 9, and I panicked and just turned and was like, "What do?" Like. So I just took the gum and ate it and then just carried on with the scene. But it was one of those, like, you can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
I was in...
but again, I was 9.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Well, when I was 9, I was in Whistle Down the Wind at the Playhouse. Professional theatre.
Fucking hell.
And I was the kid who says, I've got...
I would have had these opportunities had I grown up in Nottingham. No, I wouldn't.
You had to audition, babe.
Yeah.
And... I was the kid.
I had a sweet mouth. I would have got by.
I had these tits at that age. Can you imagine?
It's so gross.
Yeah. I was the kid who went, I've got a glass of fireflies, they make amazing light. But I'd forgotten my glass of fireflies.
For fuck's sake.
But there's a bit where they all like run around the stage and you just saw me dart off stage and then come back on like, I gotta go!
Let's try this again.
Yeah. And they made us lip sync. We auditioned singing, and you had to audition with your best American accent. But some of the like kids that had solos were just shit at American accent.
Oh.
The more talented kids, I could do everything because I grew up watching Friends.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, some kids just couldn't do an American accent, so they made them lip sync.
Had they tried being better?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting paid.
And like, how dare you make your problem?
I was in Oliver,
my issue?
and I had a line in that. I was one of Fagin's kids, and I got to say, "These sausages are mouldy." Yeah. And I did.
And she's been saying it ever since.
And they really
Every time she went home with the trade.
Yeah.
This sausage is mouldy!
Kicking up a right pong. But they gave us like mugs with rice cakes in. Because you had to like visually eat something.
Yeah.
But they're not going to give you like cold sausage on stage. So we had rice cakes. And afterwards, I used to go around everyone's mugs and just eat the leftovers.
I
was hungry.
One time in a play, I had to eat dog food for some reason, like fake dog food. So what they did is they like, I think they mashed up like some Mars bars.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
With something biscuity. I fucking loved that scene. Put on 2 stone by the end of that season.
At one point there was
fat little kid like, more dog food for the scene, please.
At one point, it wasn't Les Mis, it was another thing, but there was bread in it, and they brought, you know, those like half-baked stuff that you put in the oven and then like finish them off. They bought those and like did them just before they went on, so it was like hot bread, so the audience could smell it. But after that, everyone was like, "Give me some of that." We're on stage starving, and it's just hot bread wafting.
Everyone's
into our
like
faces.
carb loading.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I used to go on singer's diet.
What's a singer's diet? Is
No
that like
dairy,
no dairy,
no sugar, no alcohol, what was it? There was loads of just rules, and then basically you could have like.
I haven't had dairy in like 20 years. Why have I got a shit voice?
It was anything that could like thicken your phlegm. Yeah, that was weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
I think we need to wrap this up.
I know.
Because we could do another episode. We haven't even cracked open the like juicy centre.
We haven't talked about like cast drama. We haven't talked about like romances, because you're with these people for 6 months.
Oh, we haven't talked about when I was in a play at college and I got cast as like the male lead and I had to be like a butch bodyguard. Yeah, I was like, because it was called Down the Line, and it was a modern adaptation of, I can't remember what the film, the play is called. I keep saying film, sorry. The original play is basically there's like a posh family with a butler.
Yeah.
And they go on this cruise and it gets shipwrecked, and then the butler's the only one that's got any practical skills, so they become like the head honcho of this, like leading this family through like not dying on an island essentially, and then like the dad becomes a little bitch boy.
There's Lord of the Flies and you were Piggy.
Maybe. No, yeah. But we did like a modern adaptation of it, and I was the main girl in it was like supposed to be a pop star, and I was her like personal bodyguard. So we like fell in love on the island because all the hierarchy, and I had to like kiss her on stage. And the director like wrote us all a little card for like opening night, and my note in it was like, have fun and remember, be butch.
That's so sad.
Apparently I'd been really struggling with that aspect of my characterization.
I
don't know why or how.
I have one more short story.
Okay, go on.
We did Grease at school. I was Danny, obviously.
Of course.
Again, the gayest Danny.
Yeah.
I was the only one who already had a leather jacket. And like, there was the girl who played Sandy. I was her first kiss.
Oh,
on stage in front of everyone.
Oh.
I know.
Did you slip of the tongue?
No.
Oh.
But by that point I was out. And she was like, you know what, it's quite nice to have my first kiss with a gay guy, because I know that I can just like fuck it up as much as I like.
Yeah, now I know I won't catch it.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah. It was nice.
No, I'm not going to. I was like, oh, and another thing that happened. But no.
Juicy.
We mustn't.
We should do a part 2.
So yeah, we should do a part 2. Yeah. So please, if you have come out the other trauma dump of being a theatre kid,
comment below,
please comment below any of your stories. They're because
so
they are so fucking fun.
Yeah.
Literally so fun. Also, some of the things that like you ended up doing, where in hindsight you look back and go, it feels soups appropriate.
Yeah.
Like we were you're always labelled as a theatre kid as like they're very mature for their age.
Yeah, because we've been talking about porn since we were 6.
Which means that therefore we can do this. Everyone can cut their teeth on this really gritty play, and you're like, I'm 12.
Yeah.
We're doing a play about the First World War and people dying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a child.
I am a child, sir.
Yeah. But well, I think we should come back and do more, because this was like, I can't believe that I blocked out doing a pantomime. I really did. I genuinely forgot.
I hated it.
Yeah,
so much.
I kind of like went along to the open thing just to see, but then of course what happens is you turn up and there's not enough people there. You get a part.
Yeah.
Don't turn up in a small town. In a small town in like an independent theatre. Plus, it was also a bit like because they were like our rivals. Because there was the Old Well Theatre, and then there was the Moffat Youth Theatre, and I was at the Moffat Youth Theatre, and then the Old Well Theatre did like the more professional. They had like more money. More money, and like they do like bigger productions, and people would like tour shows that would come through and stuff. So it was like scandalous that I went and did like the pantomime there one year.
You slag.
Anyway.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Send it to all of your theatre friends.
Absolutely. And if you would like us to wax lyrical about more of our traumas, you can always subscribe to our Patreon. Thank you. Huge shout out to all of the people that already subscribe to Le Patreon. It is really lovely every once in a while making a withdrawal to buy a wig.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love you.
It also kind of pays for my time editing, so thank you again. It's lit. Thank you so much. Anything else to say on the matter, you theatre faggot?
No.
Okay, great. You blanked on your line. Take the cum.
Just 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 take the cum. Please, I'm 6.